Welcome to the Childish Grown-Up Show, where we treat each episode like your movie theater experience. We catch up with one another, play some games, talk previews, and before you know it, it's time for the feature presentation. So sit tight and enjoy this ride of nostalgia on the Childish Grown-Up Show.
Welcome back to another episode of the Childish Grown-Up Show. I am one of the hosts to your favorite podcast, your favorite show, your favorite time of the week. I'm Maurice Hunter III, aka Mo. If y'all go listen to our other podcast, Mo Cachino. I'm not alone though. I'm here with one of the two co-hosts that do an awesome job, Ash Bash. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Happy to be here. Getting closer to Christmas.
Yeah. Definitely in the Christmas spirit. That's what we're here to do. The movies we're choosing, obviously, in the Christmas spirit. So we're very excited and very stoked about that. Mia couldn't be here today, but we're going to go forward anyway. We always miss her, of course. She is, it's nothing like the big three when it comes to this show. So she is truly missed, but she should be back next week. So it shouldn't be a problem at all. But in the meantime, we're going to keep doing what we do best, is keeping y'all in the nostalgia and keep y'all looking forward to these reviews that we got. So with that being said, we like to acknowledge the Stoop Kids. So from our last video, we do have a comment from the most famous of them all, Mama C. She just left a simple reply. Once again, I enjoyed this episode. Smiley face emoji. Yeah, I wonder what the conversation is going to be between her and Mia. We got to get that insight when Mia gets back. So fun episode, of course. Fried review, and also the Stoop Kid of all Stoop. He's trying to move to number 1 on the ranks because he actually listened up and looked out. We have an Apple review comment, and it is from our guy Public Enemy B. He just understands the assignment as a listener and as a supporter. He really does, and I appreciate him so much. He said this in the subject line, shout out to the Stoop. I think, yes, shout out to the Stoop. He says this podcast does a fantastic job of utilizing nostalgia but not getting lost in it. The perspectives they have on the movies they review always make for a great listen. What you want to say to that, Ash?
Public Enemy B, appreciate you, sir. Coming through, man, as asked, and you delivered. And we always appreciate your support. Every time you comment, you tap in, whether it's in the Flash with Ash segment or tapping into the episode as we, get deep into it. So we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, he does an excellent job. He just stays tuned and he just follows and supports us through all these different platforms and different people in this collective. Shout out to our big cousins, the Culture Garden. But yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. He was definitely one of the early people writing in, and even when we did our anniversary episode, just kind of getting us to think differently about our style of review, because you don't really know your style until somebody like spits it back at you and lets you know, like, okay, this is what they do really well. So having that physical evidence right there of him just saying that is a timestamp and a capsule for us when we think about what we do here. So shout out to all of the Stoop Kids. Y'all want to reach out, childishgrownups3@gmail.com. Y'all can also reach out, obviously, on YouTube, as well as our Instagram page, the Childish Grown Up Show, no spaces. And that's what we do. So thank y'all again for writing in. Childish Grown Up moment. Ash, you got something for us this week?
Yeah, got something small. Was baking like this little cake thing we bought at Walmart. It was like a chocolate chip, like cookie type. It came with the cast iron skillet. So we had to whip that up, bake it. And then I gave Anthony the bowl and the spoon, man, after I whipped up that mixture for the cake. And I was like, you want the bowl? You want to lick the spoon? And he was like, what? He was so excited. And so I gave him the bowl and the spoon. And of course, it's very nostalgic because who didn't want the spoon and the bowl
Of
when
course.
your mom was baking brownies and cookies, cooking and cleaning and ironing his drawers? No, I'm just playing. But yeah, so that was a nostalgic moment. I don't think I've ever done that before because I'm not really a baker.
Yeah.
But the fact that I got to experience that with my son and he was so excited and geeked about it. So yeah,
Um, did you want to keep one for yourself selfishly, or you was good with it?
I definitely had to get me a couple of swipes off the spoon for sure. Like I didn't go with no activity. So I definitely got some of that off the spoon before I brought him in. Like, hey, you want the?
A little participation,
Yeah, for sure.
huh? Oh man, that's good. That's good. Passing down the traditions.
Mm.
My childish grown up moment is actually, I think it was yesterday. We was riding in the car, and we have Sirius satellite radio. So every once in a while, I'll just go outside of our normal, 6 channels. Sometimes I just want to hear talk radio, and I had it on a different station. And so we was going through the stations, and I was taking Zion to her grandpa's, and they have like a kids channel, but they not only have a kids channel, they have a kids bop channel.
Hmm.
And bruh, the kids bop, they were singing Usher Good Good. And not only were we laughing,
That's
not
crazy.
only were we laughing, I was like, bro, this just doesn't feel right. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Kids Bop singing Good Good. And that's not the worst song in the world for a Kids Bop song, but it's still just like, what
Yeah.
do y'all even know about this, dude? Like, why are they having this? And it just blew my mind that Kids Bop is still around. You know what I mean? Like, uh,
Mm.
so that was just mind blowing in itself. But I could believe they were singing "Good Good" like by
Were they
Usher.
singing the exact lyrics?
I didn't get all the way through it because I should have waited to hear the verse. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
definitely think the 21's cut off. But yeah, I don't know, bro. That was just crazy, crazy work to hear like the choir of kids singing. I know that I was like, yo, this is what is going on right now. Like,
You know they
so
gonna blend it up. They gonna blend it.
yeah, so we grew up on it, but we didn't get no Kids Bop. Like, hey, if anybody has ever had Kids Bop as a kid or has purchased Kids Bop for your child, write in. Like, I got to know what's the thinking behind the purchase. Like, I remember you remember the Music Now commercials. You wanted they
Hmm.
have the mixes and stuff. Like, those are actually some of my favorite commercials back in the day. Where there's a dude on Instagram that does it all the time. But like when they used to have like Tony Braxton, and then they'll go to
Hmm.
Brian McKnight or something. You're like, oh man, they got all the hits.
Yeah.
You see the number at the bottom of the screen. You're never going to purchase it, but you're just happy to hear snippets of all the songs. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, man, that was a good thing. Some I wanted to ask you too. Well, not ask you, but I want to bring to your attention. I heard it on Instagram, and I thought it was really interesting. I want to see what you think about it. So this guy, within the childish grown up algorithm, a lot of nostalgia. He said that why Christmas feels so different now, and not just because we're older, obviously millennials, but he was saying like back in the day we actually had commercials. So we had commercials ushering us in for Christmas. And we
Hmm.
also had all of the TV shows were doing Christmas episodes. So it was all of this flooding of Christmas spirit throughout the season of it. And
Hmm.
he was like, that's what's lacking right now. And I didn't realize how much of a part that played to make everything feel like Christmas. Like getting the preview like this week, and they say, "Oh, they having a Christmas," but something goes wrong. Those sitcoms, and what do
Yeah.
you think about that? You feel like that's accurate, or like,
I think it's accurate. 'Cause we did have it was like the 25 days, the 24 days leading up to. So we did have a lot of shows, a lot of commercials, a lot of movie previews for any like Christmas movies that may have been coming out.
sure,
So yeah, we definitely had it all over the TV. And now it's very seldom. Like I've been seeing a little bit of this Grinch action.
yeah,
I've been seeing this Grinch commercial. I forget what it's actually about though. I still don't know if it's. I'm sure it's something with Christmas, but I can't
there's another
remember.
one.
No, it wasn't for the movie The Grinch. It was like the Grinch character, and then it was Cindy Lou, but like older. but I don't remember what it was. Just like a mini commercial. It's recent because
Mm.
I've seen it over the past few weeks. I just don't remember what it was about. Because they be selling you now like you'll
Yeah,
think a commercial is about one thing and it's about something completely different.
straight up. The finesse
I'm
is
like
in.
the finesse is real. So
um, dang you! I didn't think about the movie part. That's a good one too. Like the
hmm
movies coming this winter, coming this
hmm
Christmas. Yeah, all of that. Dang, that's yeah. You know what it is? It's so much of everything is like in our hands now. Like that's where I think we love the convenience of being able to watch what we want, pick what's streaming and all of these things, but we
hmm
overlook like sometimes it's like things are being done for us. Like now we do everything. Like we get premiums to skip ads, to skip commercials. It's
yeah.
like they were doing us a favor back then. We didn't even know it, and now it's like it feels different. So now you gotta, especially if you got a spouse or significant other, it helps. You got to team up to kind of, now it's
hmm
on us too. You know what I mean? Because it's like you don't got no extra help on television or radio really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get your whole playlist together. You got to go to YouTube to get the, radio might play it on, this close, and so you got to do all of that. It's all in your hands now. So it is a lot different. But I agree with that, brother. I wish I knew his name. I would give him credit on here, but yeah, it was just something I wanted to see what you thought about.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great observation.
Yeah. Okay. What you got? What you got for us today, Ash?
All right, it is time for the Flash with Ash. So I do have just a few questions. This is truly the Flash this time, because you'll be naming some things.
Ooh.
So we are going to. All right, let me just get right into it. So I want you to. I was gonna put a timer on it, but I ain't gonna do you like that. Since you're solo, I'm gonna let you take your time and answer. But I definitely had you on like a 6 second clock to
Sheesh.
answer.
Six
But we
seconds,
we
crazy.
gonna we gonna keep it PG since you're solo. All right. So the first one, name three nostalgic Jim Carrey movies, not including Liar Liar or The Grinch.
The Mask, Ace Ventura, Larry the Cable. Is it Larry the Cable Guy?
Correct. I had those on my list, and I had Dumb and Dumber on there too.
Dumb and Dumber. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I met the 6 seconds. How about that?
You did.
Yeah, come on with the
I
six
didn't
seconds.
even
Now,
keep.
now I'm here for it. Let's go.
I don't try to. This was too easy for 6 seconds. I might give you 2 seconds. That's
Nah, that's crazy. 2 seconds. Goodness.
name. This is coming from Martin. Name three characters. Name three non-main characters from Martin, and they can't be any characters that Martin played.
Okay. Stan,
Hmm?
Hustle Man, Bruh Man.
I was testing you. I had Miss Jerry on mine,
Miss Jerry. Well,
Bruh
shout out to
Man, and
Miss Jerry.
Stan. Babe said Angry Man. Remember the dude in the store that's all got the magazines and
Oh, does he pop up? He pop up twice, don't he?
he looks like twice.
Yeah, because he was like, man, I see that recently. I said it's still funny. Man, sit your ass down. Like,
Angry Man, yeah.
yeah,
So
bro,
okay.
hilarious.
All right, now this one might stump you. So you're definitely 2-0 right now. And now I'm trying to see if you can redeem yourself from girlfriends, right? So
Oh
I said
man,
let's spin the block.
you
Let's
gonna
get
make me
back.
start having to like periodically throw
Yeah,
2 episodes of Girlfriends in a night
you should. You should.
because I
You should
cannot.
watch
Like
it.
you, I get killed every time I get here.
Cause I'm not getting off a girlfriend, so you might want to start. It's on Netflix, throw it in rotation.
Hey, where do we
All right.
have it in our list? Remember we did our top sitcoms, or we didn't? Where do we have it? Was that?
It was no, we didn't. You talking about our TGIF?
Yeah, no, no, no,
Oh
no,
no,
no.
sick. Oh, that was up there.
We remember we took Martin and Fresh Prince out. They,
Oh
they did they
yeah,
win? Girlfriends won, didn't they?
I think.
I think they was the
Think
number three. We had them as a number three sitcom, black sitcom.
that's
Dang,
what I'm saying. So stop playing.
I know,
Stop playing
I know, I
and
know.
get back in line now. All right. So the final one's coming from girlfriends. What was the name of Tony Child's baby? Jasmine, Morgan, Destiny, or Bailey?
Bailey,
Final answer?
final answer.
Eh, her name was Morgan.
Ah,
Why that doesn't fit Tony's baby's name to me,
yeah.
but Yeah, it was Morgan.
Was this with Tide or?
Yeah. Yep. She had her baby by Tide.
I can see her though. You know how she's from Fresno, trying to kind of cover up the.
Yeah.
You cover up
Maybe
the last
I
one.
think he might have came up with the name too. I
Mm.
can't remember exactly,
It
but he
feel like he
probably
would have made it up, and they argued about it, and then she's like
right.
conceded to. That's what it feels like what happened. But y'all right in.
Hmm. Yeah. So that was a quick flash with Ash,
Mm-hmm.
and you are two for one special,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and so that's all.
Hey, not you hitting me with the Aunt Mickey finger. Not the Aunt Mickey finger,
Hey,
bro.
the
Hey,
finger was strong,
not the.
boy.
That's an inside. That's a family joke. Y'all ain't understand that one
Absolutely.
right there.
Shout
I
out
know.
to Auntie Mickey. I
That's
love
out
you.
to Aunt Mickey, bro. Like this so. Anyway,
So non-authoritative,
so
like,
non-authoritative. Try to really
right.
like. It's like we love you,
And
but
she couldn't stop smiling like the
I
whole
know.
time.
But you know what? We loved her so much. We would just get with it. You know what I mean? Like we just like what?
Yeah.
We're not scared at all, but we gonna get with it anyway because we love you.
Right.
Shout out
Man,
to Mickey, man.
absolutely.
Um, anything else Christmassy that comes to mind? Anything at all before we go into move? Just anything that's on your mind right now in this Christmas season. I'm gonna try to do this every time until we get up to the thing. Just I know we in this moment. We got a little time today because we moving through.
Yeah. I put our stockings up
Oh, yeah, I
on
got the
the
stockings.
wall this weekend. Yeah, like I really believe in the stockings.
Yeah,
So we don't have anything in them yet because we were looking for them. We kind of lost them in transit, but we
Mhm.
found them. And yeah, so we got our stockings up where you just go
The
and
initials.
try to find. Yeah, we got our names on them, and then
Names on them.
go and find little snacks.
We are.
Oh, well, I wrote them on there, but I
Oh,
did find some. This is probably our last year with these stockings, but we did find some good quality ones that did have like the letter. But of course, me and Anthony are A, so
hmm
that would be kind of a challenge.
yeah.
But yeah, so plan on getting some little trinkets that they like, and
hmm
sneaking, dropping things into their stocking,
Yeah.
whether it be candy they like or chips or just a little. It don't have
Don't
to be
put no
too.
fruit in there. Please don't put no fruit in
No,
anything stocking,
I'm
bro.
definitely not
We
doing that.
hated fruit in the stocking.
I should for Anthony, but I'm
Throw a
not.
little orange in there, a little mandarin.
Yeah. So, little goodies that they like, and then of course they'll put some things in my stocking that I like. So, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's dope.
Mhm.
I was able to find the 9 foot tree at a
Wow.
reasonable price. I got to get it from Amazon, but it'll be by the time this episode come out, the tree will be at the crib. But
Hmm.
was excited about it because I told you I was just dedicated. I wanted that 9 foot tree. I was like, I need that tall. Like I want, so I want to get on the chair or my ladder and get up
Yeah.
there and put that
Yeah.
star up there. So excited about that. And of course, we're gonna keep decorating and putting stuff together. She's putting, lights up, and we got a little wreath on the door and
Okay.
stuff. So, getting into it, like and I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it, I guess, with this movie because it kind of spawned a little bit more of these thoughts actually. So
Okay.
but yeah, I
That's
can't
beautiful.
yeah, and I can't wait to see what Mia B and the Bees household is
Hmm.
how they getting into the spirit of Christmas and everything. So but
Well, I remember her saying she was gonna put the elf on the shelf, so
oh,
I
the
know
elf on
that's
the shelf.
probably
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something that she's working on. Yeah.
Yeah. We need like a stoop kid version of that. Like we need to put like the stoop kid on the counter or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
We'll figure out how to implement that. One day that'd be some merch or something. We'll figure out how to do that. But
Hmm.
Mia B is not here, so I will have to be the one to pull the lever to take us back to the film that we are reviewing today. And today's film, which was Ash's pick to lead us off into our Christmas edition, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, is a 2000 American Christmas fantasy comedy film directed by Ron Howard and written by Jeffrey Price and Peter F. Seaman, based on the 1957 children's book by Dr. Seuss. It was the first Dr. Seuss book to be adapted into a live-action feature film, and the second adaptation of the book following the 1966 animated TV special, narrated by Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins, did not know that. You know who that is? I
Who was
believe
that?
that's Hannibal. The one to play Hannibal,
Oh.
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not know that. The film
Okay.
stars Jim Carrey as the Grinch with Jeffrey Tambor, Christine Baranski, Bill Irwin, and Molly Shannon in supporting roles. The story revolves around a grouchy green recluse living on Mount Crumpet who despises Christmas and the joyful residents of Whoville and sets out to sabotage their holiday celebration. And that is our synopsis for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So let's be kind and rewind. Ash, how do you remember this movie? Because I'm hoping I ain't tripping about how I remember it. So, how do you remember this movie back then?
That makes me think you should go first because I'm like, I was trying to remember how we came across this movie and I couldn't remember. I don't know. I just remember really liking it. And obviously it was Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to see what other movies. Well, he had plenty of movies that came out before this. And so I'm sure it was already a Jim Carrey fan. And I just remember their noses being a distinct standout, an immediate standout was the way their nose was, their look in Whoville. And I remember being a little girl myself and wanting Christmas to be special and, just like Cindy Lou. And again, just Jim being in his physical, comedic self, being a very, very, a very physical comic, which is the type of humor I like, especially coming from Jim. It's just you can't imagine it without some type of self-inflicting pain that he does, like all type of just craziness. But yeah, so that's what I remember the most. I just wish I could remember how we came across it, but I knew it was not a normal, like your typical Christmas movie. And I don't know, that's what kind of drew me to it. And obviously the turnaround at the end of the movie helps. And then watching it this time, I felt the same. Like it's just putting it on the visual of the movie, like it just made me feel like I was in that era. Like I got that essence. It just the snow, the way it looked, like the Whoville, their own town, like it just really, it just had me glued. I was just excited. It just made me feel like a little girl. I like Cindy Lou again.
Oh man, Ashley Lou over here.
Hey, Ashley Lou.
I love that you said it makes you feel a part of it. For me, rewinding, man, I and I don't know if Mama remember this, but I believe we've seen this in theaters, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. This is something I remember, the epic, because there's this epicness about it. I remember it was just epic in general because we like there's a real life Grinch coming out. This is Jim Carrey's playing the Grinch. And you remember this is coming off of the heels of The Mask, a few years prior. And Jim Carrey has really been in, and the Riddler. So Jim Carrey had really gotten to his character bag, Dumb and Dumber, which is a character, even though it's built in reality. So it's like he was coming off of that, and it's like, man, he's done an excellent job in all of these character portrayals. And so I remember, like, not just the epicness of, the Grinch is a real life version, but I remember, I swear I can remember seeing this on screen. Now it's hard to imagine because it's like Mama would have had to take all three of us, us being 10, 9, and 8. But I swear I remember watching this movie and like feeling everything, the sounds, the looks. I just remember like us seeing this in theater. Like I know we didn't see every movie in theater, but it's something about this movie that just resonated that I seen this in theater. You know what I mean? So that's how I remember. I remember the way I remembered it before is I thought everybody had the noses and the look, but this time watching, I realized like, everybody doesn't have it. But at the time, I remember it was like a real interesting look. Yeah, I remember back then being a kid, like not even being able to know that this is Jim Carrey, like as a kid. I couldn't even, his eyes were yellow, you know what I mean? Like there was no humanization about him as a kid watching it. I was like, I don't even see it, but then watching it now, I was like, okay, I'm seeing the Jim Carreyisms a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like I noticed it a lot more this time. So enjoyed it back then, enjoyed it now. This is a movie that you got to stay with it because it progressively gets better. And I saw
Mhm.
at first I was like, okay, all right, all right. But as it kept going, it started getting better and better, and I started enjoying it more. And then I started like, because the film is leaning totally on Jim Carrey. Like
Yeah,
his star power is what carries the movie.
absolutely.
I mean, he's doing his big one similar to uh, Eddie Murphy doing Beverly Hills Cop. Like he
Mhm.
literally carried the movie. Like this is what Jim Carrey does. He carries this movie.
Yeah.
And not just because he's the Grinch, but it's because his role stands out so much more. And shout out to the actress that plays Cindy Lou. She did a great job too. But in a movie like this, the straight man will never stand out more than the comedic relief.
Mhm.
So but she did a wonderful job too at a young age.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into a little bit of a overall discussion. So this is a movie that is this a movie that you agree with the villain? Obviously, the Grinch is the villain. Or do you disagree with where he's coming from?
No, I agree. I agree. And I think that's going to be a bulk of our conversation, I'm sure, with his journey to how he got to where he was mentally with Christmas and surrounding that holiday. Um, absolutely.
Mm. Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm glad because I wanted to have a conversation about some villains that we possibly agree with. I also agree with the Grinch as well a lot. I actually really understood it. Again, this is not a deep movie. It's a reenactment of a book that came out in the 50s. So it's different. But
Mm-hmm.
here's another villain I want to see if you agree with, and I can read a little bit about it just so I can refresh your memory. So another villain, Magneto. So you obviously remember Magneto from X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that control. He can make metal and everything
Yep.
move. So so it says right here, Magneto is essentially proven right in 2014's X-Men Days of the Future. But Magneto is always the villainous foil to the Professor, since he kills innocent bystanders without a second thought. So Magneto, and I just be brief with it. As far as I can remember, Magneto basically was like, I mean, of course, we know these characters are based on Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. So Magneto was more of the Malcolm X type. And
Mm-hmm.
so, with that being said, Magneto was like, I'm not saving these humans. I'm not helping these humans because the moment they get a chance, they'll make us into spectacles because we are mutants. They'll kill us. They'll do everything under the sun. So I'm telling you right now, matter of fact, I get them up out of here because they. So do you agree with Magneto, or are you kind of like, it's a little bit of a reach?
Um, it's a bit of a reach. I want to say premature. Like, I'm not saying it's not going to be warranted, and I'm not saying you're wrong. Um, and I'm not saying something is going on. But if something is going on, he just wants to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm on the fence with Magneto.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Killmonger. Obviously, Michael B. Jordan played Killmonger
Mm-hmm.
and Black Panther. This is outside of our timeline, y'all. You know we don't go past 2009 as far as the reviews go. However, we can't talk about this candidly, since it still applies to the nostalgia and movie podcast that we do. So you remember his whole disposition, like he was a part. He had the royal blood, just like um, goodness gracious. I'm not a comic
T'Challa.
book. Yeah, T'Challa. I'm not a comic book person, so y'all got to forgive me. Um, But his whole anger was because they left him behind. They got his father up out of there, and his biggest issue was there's more of our people out in Oakland and out in the U.S. that could use vibranium, and they could use the wealth and benefits that y'all have here that y'all pretty much keeping for y'all self. That was his anger, and that was his issue. Do you agree with this villain?
Um, dang. But he was trying to take my boy T'Challa out, though. I didn't like that. Because I don't think it was his fault either. But, well, I'm on the fence with Killmonger, too. But you got to tell me your thoughts, too. So Magneto for you.
Yeah. Um, I understand Magneto a lot, but I do. I I'm with you on that though. I was like, hey, it's a little like killing innocent bystanders is taking it a little too far. I feel like Magneto and them, if they wanted to be like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, nah, y'all can't get our help or anything like that's probably suffice. But like whacking people is crazy. I actually do agree with Killmonger. I think that's why people wanted him to be Black Panther so much when it was all said and done, when they brought the Wakanda Forever, because there was disagreement a little bit with people where it's like, well, he was telling you like, I am of the, the blood, but I grew up in America. I grew up in Oakland, California, and I had to live this life and see these people. So speaking of that, Thanos. Now Thanos, his whole anger, and we'll move on shortly, but Thanos' whole thing was like, the humans are destroying the earth. That's what we do best. That's a trope that you see in a lot of these movies. So his whole thing was he getting all the Infinity Stones to get rid of, I believe, 1/3 of civilization. Because if you don't, people are going to start killing each other for the lack of food, from the lack of water, from the lack of shelter. It's going to happen anyway. So let me just peacefully snap my finger and people disappear. Because he's telling you, if I don't do this anyway, then it's gonna go to shit pretty much on its own. So, what you think?
I'm not too familiar with Thanos, so I would kind of need to do a little more digging on that. What you have given me, it's pretty good backstory, but so he's saying he's just speeding up the process of what's already going to happen.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a backstory within Endgame that he talks about a little bit more, but that's kind of like my cliff notes of it. Like, pretty much like I'm doing y'all solid. Even though it shouldn't necessarily be in his hands, but I'm doing y'all solid.
See, that's where I struggle with. Even though if something is going to happen, I don't always agree with making it happen sooner or you taking that into your hands and making that decision. Because say that something happens where it can be rerouted or people have a way to protect themselves or try to fight through whatever happens. So I kind of struggle with you just taking matters into your own hands without trying other ways. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know if I'm on Thanos' side on that.
Okay. Is there any, and I don't mean this in the sense like Training Day where like Alonzo,
I'll
like
say Alonzo.
like, I mean, of course, like we love Denzel, so we want him to win anyway, right? But that's, I'm winning anyway. He was like, I'm winning anyway. I'm gonna get that bag.
I'm gonna get that gun.
I'm gonna get that gun. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of any other like villains that you could possibly agree with. That may do it for now. But I just sometimes they do a good job like with these villains where it's like they want you to hate them. And I can even do it on the flip side. And this may be another conversation similar to our conversation we had on Deep Blue Sea, where we talked about the doctor that was trying to take whatever she was trying to get from the sharks to help, the human race, and something with, I don't know if it was something with the brain or something like that. And it obviously went terribly wrong. But even in that movie, like they did that's why they got her out of there, because people, with test audiences, she didn't do well. Nobody liked her. I don't know if I brought it up on the episode. I can't
remember.
But because I remember, I was like, man, I'm glad she got out of there because I don't like her. But I seen later that like, oh, with test audiences, like they didn't like her either. So that's why they killed her off. And people loved LL's character so much that they wrote him a different ending.
Oh, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, man, that's crazy how that tracks. So that's a situation where the good guy actually is the villain in our eyes. So that's like the kind of reverse. But yeah. All right, I'll leave that alone for now. We'll have more conversation about that. I know this is a conversation at school, and Rich would love to have like villains that you agree with. That's a great conversation. Another question I want to ask: why do you think the Grinch character is so popular? because it's, you notice it's like a thing now, even with like merch and, you know, stockings and
Hmm.
ornaments. Why do you think the Grinch character is like, he's like right up under Santa?
Yeah, I think 'cause he was unique and the green. You know what I mean? Getting putting it a part of the like a Christmas tree essentially, like a mean Christmas tree, really. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like um
I mean,
and he was
Christmas tree.
funny. I think it's really kudos to Jim Carrey, to be honest. Like I feel like that's a heavy part of it. Like he did that role so good that it's just like it's dang near iconic.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, it's just like you don't talk about Christmas without talking about the Grinch.
Yeah,
It's crazy, like
yeah, yeah.
because he did, you know what I mean? Like I said, I mean the turnaround at the
Even
end,
the
but
old cartoon back in the day though, like, you know, like the old, like,
Mhm.
it's like right there with Tom and Jerry. Like,
Yeah. But even if we don't get the end, right, the turnaround, it's like you still like him.
you still like them.
You know what I'm saying? Like you still like him, dude. So I don't know, man.
You know what I think? What helps make the Grinch like just so popular with Christmas and stuff is because, you know, he represents people that are not so jolly. You know, I
Mm,
think he represents a little bit of the struggle. Sometimes for some people with Christmas, a little bit of the challenge. Some people are not just so Christmas spirity, you know, which, you know, I know people don't like to, you don't like to hear that all the time, but some people just not big for whatever reason. And so I think he represents a different reality that people connect with. You know, I
yeah.
definitely have been a Grinch for many years with Christmas before I had to like really shake it off, which I'll speak to a little bit more in our review. But like, I think it's like some people connect with that. It's an alternative feeling with Christmas.
Hmm.
And like you said, it is like it is like a live Christmas tree, and his aesthetic, you know, even like I said, the cartoons, the animated, you know, he's like Bugs Bunny for Christmas. Like, you know what I mean? Like evil Bugs Bunny, you know, for Christmas. Like he's definitely a mascot. And you know, he's not a human, so people could connect with it. Over the years with the Santa Claus thing, you know, there's been a lot of discourse about how they feel about, you know, the Santa character and the
Hmm.
origin and all of that. But the Grinch is just this green thing that you don't know what he is. I mean, Grinch, is that his name? Is that a race? I mean, is that a thing? Is that an
Hmm.
animal? You don't know what it is. So it's like he has such a universal purpose. And he
Yeah.
kind of serves both sides, people that love it and people don't love Christmas so much, because he has that turnaround, like you said.
Yeah.
Lastly, how do you feel about how Jim Carrey did? I mean, I know you've been echoing it, but I guess the reason I'm asking how you feel he did is because, and I'm not to say like who else could have done it, because we'll be here all day trying to think of that in 2000. But I mean, Michael Myers, I mean, obviously he did the Cat in the Hat, you know, years later, did an excellent job too.
Yeah.
But is there any point in a movie where you feel like Jim is too much Jim Carrey at any point with him, or you feel like he's just bringing it all the way to life, and that's just how you're gonna get it coming from a book and an animation?
I think he just brought it all the way to life, to be honest. I don't think it was too much. And like you said, because he was carrying the movie so much, like if he were to dial it back, then I feel like other characters would have to step it up. And I don't feel like outside of him, anyone was really shining. Of course, we had Cindy Lou to kind of give her, aspect of it. But even outside of hers, like there's really not a strong second.
Yeah,
So I think it was just enough.
yeah. I think you're right. Like, I mean, there was moments I was watching it where it was certain, like I said, Jim Carreyisms that were kind of, you know, peeking through the Grinch character a little bit, even vocally, you know,
Hmm.
but he carried it, like you said, so much. It's like, bro, you just gonna have to let him rock.
Hmm.
Like, you're just gonna have to get the best take. And he puts everything on the line when he does it. And that's why I'm like, no wonder he stopped doing like all of these type of physical comedy movies, like we talked about with Liar Liar, because it really, you know, it really weighs a toll on him doing those movies. So I would say that, like, but you're right. Like, without, if Jim doesn't go this extreme with it, then there's nobody. And plus, then, and also, I had to remind myself too. It's like dude, he's trying to be a real life animation. Like
Mm-hmm.
I am a cartoon right now. I got the suit on, I got the yellow eyes, I got the hard face, scruffy hair, the loose furry fingertips on top of the fingers. I am a cartoon right now. So he's like gotta literally do what cartoons do. I gotta
Yeah.
be. I mean, my faces are
Eating
extreme.
glass.
Yeah, eating glad my everything about me has to be extreme because cartoons do it. He's almost operating like I can't have limitations. I got to make people feel like this is not even Jim Carrey under here. This is, you know what I mean, like. And so
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that performance and that approach. I should see. I should have looked at an interview to see how he approached that, but yeah, more I think about it, it's like, bro, you're bringing the animation to life. You got to be as extreme as possible just to make Whoville feel real, just to make the Grinch feel real, just to make everything feel really real. So, all right, so let's get into the moments of this movie. What,
Bro is bro stuck on them yellow eyes, boy.
Nah, that's serious though. That's serious commitment. Like, normally that puts you in the regular eyes, like, oh, they're human, but now the yellow eyes is like,
Especially the close up when he in the snow, boy.
hey man,
It's that face
yeah.
shot.
That's I was like, bruh, he was in. Man, shout out to Jim.
Take me through that.
Yeah, for real, for
Yeah.
real.
Mm-hmm.
So where you want to start?
Um, shoot, you can kick it off because I don't want to get right to the meat potatoes. Uh,
um.
however you wanna
Well,
take it.
I mean, so one thing that was interesting. So Betty, which is Cindy's mom,
Okay.
Cindy Lou's mom, when she was putting the lights up,
Oh,
and she's really trying to go against, is it Molly, I believe.
that's what I'm gonna ask you. What's the seductive chick's name?
I
I
think
couldn't
it's
catch
Molly.
the
Let me just double check real quick on my little. Uh, I had it in my notes here, but
name.
uh,
Martha.
Mar
Martha.
Martha. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but she tried to compete with Martha, and she's way out of her league. Martha got the light gun going crazy, but
Put that in
like,
my notes.
but it was just funny to me. It's like, bro, she's sitting here trying to put up her lights, taking chandeliers out with her struggle who dollars. Like, I just thought it was so funny. It's like, and you never want to even get into that. Like that, I don't know. I just found it so interesting that even with this Who race, there's still similarities to like human emotions and jealousies and thoughts. Uh,
Mhm.
so I just thought it was funny. But she got her all the way out the paint. Like, you thought she was doing something, she got her all the way out the paint. Like, oh, check this out.
Yeah, I had in my notes, man. The light gun is crazy. Like,
Need
if
that.
that really existed, like what?
Need that.
But the sound is nuts, though. Like the
See,
sound
with the
is
duka. Was that what it
yeah,
was?
like do, 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 do.
Yeah.
It was like an automatic.
Yeah, it was. You're right. You're right, dude. That's
That was a
crazy.
bit extreme. If it was a little more quiet, or even if it was kind of one that just like went across like glue, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Even
But I guess
crazier
it
is
gotta.
like, you waited though. You waited for me to put my lights up just to be like, hey girl, call me when you get home.
Hey, girl.
Okay. Like, you waited for me to get my lights up, and just to be like, hey, check this out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, it's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Like, so yeah, I thought that was a little funny, a little interesting. Just kind
Mm-hmm.
of laying the land of the Whoville. I do wish
Mm-hmm.
they would have, and it's not in the later section. I do wish they would have labored a little bit more with the community. Not
Yeah.
not 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 so much the whole Who community, but like that aspect, because it
Mm-hmm.
it falls a little flat
Yeah.
with the development. And I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
scenes are cut because they just wasn't interesting, or Jim just did so great. They like, we
Mm-hmm.
just gonna keep everything he got. But it falls a little flat because I'm like, okay, we're getting a little bit of two stories being told, but the Whoville aspect of it, and specifically that little rivalry in that moment, we don't really double back to it again. We never
Mm-hmm.
get any more than that. And I was like, dang, I wish I would have seen more of that, and kind of seeing like her with her husband and like kind of, because you get that last scene as if, oh, they ain't got it in a while, but it's like, well, where was we supposed to get this as a payoff? So
And that's what I was gonna say too. Like even just more with Cindy Lou and their family as a
yeah,
whole.
yeah,
Because like Cindy Lou was always solo or like with her dad
hmm
or close to him, but she was straight. Obviously, you didn't really see Betty Lou too much.
hmm
It's kind of in and out, so it's kind of like, yeah, just a little more of her. Cause and then even her letter to Santa, she was like, I don't really know what to ask for this Christmas. So like maybe walk us through that a little bit, like why is she struggling so much this year specifically?
yeah,
Just a little more
because she
insight
said
with
something
her.
about it later in the movie, and I didn't really understand where she was coming from. She was
Hmm.
talking, I believe she was talking to Mr. Grinch, and she was saying something like trying to connect with him, like we have the
It's
same
about
feeling.
more than gifts or something, she
Yeah,
said.
something. It was some way that it was worded, but I didn't understand fully. Like,
Yeah. Like,
uh,
how did we get there?
yeah, yeah, what's the issue? And like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm with you on that, but yeah,
Wise beyond her years. How old do you think she was?
it's a great question. I'm assuming she looks younger than she is, so my guess would probably be she's somewhere between 9 and 11,
Okay. That's fair.
maybe eight, between 8 and 11. I'd say probably 8 and 11.
Okay. That's fair.
Is that what you're thinking?
Thinking maybe, yeah, maybe 10. Like, she seemed a little more, like, pretty mature.
Hmm.
I think 9 is when they do start to get that.
Yeah, they
I
start making
think
that
eight's
turn.
probably too young, so probably 9 or up to 11, like you said.
Yeah, shout out to the casting because they always pick the right cute kid for these movies.
Yes, they do.
She was so cute and adorable. Like
Mm-hmm.
y'all always pick the right ones for these movies. You know what I mean? And it's not a racial thing at all. Because in these movies, who cares? They always just pick the right ones. And like Macaulay Culkin and like shout out to them just casting the right person that your heartstrings go out and you really connect with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I had to go first. Just that little part right there.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay.
Because I mean, maybe you're going where I'm going next. Because it's pretty much gets right to the meat and potatoes as you said. So
Mhm. Well, I do have a question. Let's talk about Martha and her connection with the Grinch. Why do you think Martha was drawn to the Grinch? Like, even as, when they were kids. Like, what do you
hmm
think it was about him that she was really, like, infatuated with this dude? Yeah, he
yeah,
was different. He wasn't human, but, like, most people would be like, ew, he looks weird, and which they were teasing him, but, like,
hmm
what do you think it was for her that she was so drawn to him?
I think it's just a quirk type of thing where it's like
Mm.
it's like the white dude. Okay, now I ain't gonna use that comparison because I don't think it's gonna lay out right.
Okay.
Um, I don't know. It's just it's let's put it this way. This is a better way to put it. It's just like the pretty girl that's just always attracted to ugly dude, like the ugly dude. Like you always like you could do better, right? Like you really are nice looking, you're cute, you're attractive, but she just always likes the ugly dude for whatever reason.
Hmm.
And I don't know why. I wish there was a little bit again more development there because that's a thing that kind of and I get it. Like this is a this is a kids movie, so to speak, right?
Hmm.
So I do understand. I don't need the reason. Like it doesn't take points off the movie at all. But it is one of the things. It's like, how do you get here? Because he's clearly ugly. You know what I mean? Like he's just like he's just you know what I mean. So I just don't know how we get there. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's his personality. That's the only thing I can chalk it up as because he is funny. Like even Cindy Lou finds him funny. Like you know what I mean. So maybe he was just always a funny kid. Uh,
No, because really, they didn't. He was really destructive.
yeah.
Even as a kid, like he was a destructive kid. Like obviously, he was left on someone's doorstep, and then the father was like, "My baby is here. He looks like your boss." So clearly, there's some infidelities going on.
Mm-hmm.
That crib that he was left
Yeah,
at the
like that
doorstep.
was hilarious. The little subtle.
Like, so then I forget how the 2 women end up with him. Was
Yeah, I
that
think he landed on a porch.
what was the
That was
guy?
just that was a whole different baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a different baby. Like that's how babies
Oh,
are conceived in Whoville.
oh, I thought that was the Grinch. That's why I was
Nah,
like, that's crazy work.
yeah,
Okay.
nah. I think it was a different baby. That was like a
Oh,
little
okay.
subtle joke they threw in there.
I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah,
See, I didn't know that. So I just learned something new. So he ended up with the ladies.
yeah. He ended up
And
with the
they were
lady.
trying to get him all festive and introduce Christmas to him. But even then, he wasn't really into it. Even before like the teasing and the hazing, he was already kind of just not feeling what they were trying to kind of force on him.
Hmm.
So I thought that was interesting. I'm
But
like,
it
this
could
is
be, and again, that's what makes him so relatable. The Grinch, because it's like, all right, y'all, like
mm-hmm,
we see later when he does get get the award and the invitation. He was like, bro, like hold up, y'all ain't built up to it. Like we ain't even built. Like y'all going way too crazy too soon. So imagine
mm-hmm.
being a kid, like nobody looks like me,
Yeah.
and y'all want me to just jump into all these festivities and everything, and it's like, bro, it's a lot. Hold up, like wait a minute, y'all like overly joyous and everything. Like chill out, man. Y'all singing Christmas carols and like you know what I mean? Like I feel like he was a real person at that point. Like,
Yeah.
hold up. You know what I mean? It's just a little too much, like, for me. Like, and everybody got their levels, because I mean, if we go to somebody else's house, they might OD on the Christmas vibe. I mean, we might even be like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
I'm into it too, but all right, you're doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Take down the carols. You know what I'm saying? Take down. You got snow on the
But you a
floors.
kid though. He was mad young. Had to be kindergarten. Or well,
Yeah,
no, that was too
I
young.
know he may be elementary.
Because Martha was definitely looking like older. Even the kid Martha, like
The
she
kid
was
Martha looked older.
definitely
Yeah,
like fifth
like
grade, bro.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. He probably was really smart.
And he was just short, so he could have
Yeah,
been
he
that
was probably
age,
older.
but he was just yeah,
Because he was smart. You could see how he built stuff in his little
yeah.
place. How he even built the little sleigh. You know what I'm saying? He's a smart dude. Like he has plans, and yeah, he's smart.
So that could play a part of her attraction to him, Martha,
Yeah. Cause I mean,
being
he came
smart.
with the gift, and he was creative, and that's where I was
Mhm.
gonna go next is the Grinch backstory.
Okay. We
So
already have so.
yeah, it works out perfectly. So yeah, that it's just so he's not really feeling the class like that, but he realizes Martha's into him and stuff. But then we see the young mayor, right?
Hmm.
Mayor,
Mayor, yeah.
young mayor, and he's just doing the classic, this like bullying, picking on thing. I usually you're 8 years old, you got a beard, like all that, and so he tries to shave and try to change himself to be more palatable, for the class and more palatable for Martha and everything. And when he realized it didn't work out quite like because he didn't know what he was doing, like bro, he don't have no father figure. Like
No.
there's no father Grinch. There's no Grinch senior. You know what I'm saying? So he's really on a planet of his own for real, for real.
Hmm.
And he comes back and obviously he got the he got all of the blood marks on it because he ain't shaved right. And he's trying to hide it with the bag, with the foot. I mean, with the book, with the foot. And of course, the kid clowns him, and then he gets the classic, as I always say, here, leave it alone. He gets, he gets, he gets his own verse. I hate Christmas. I hate it. I hate it. It's like he's going all the way ham about it, and he gets it mad strong. And again, that's another trait that she loves. He's really strong,
Right.
and we see it later in the movie. Like he real strong.
Yeah. Super strong.
Super strong. And he starts throwing the Christmas trees, and it's up in class. Everybody to hops.
100%. It's like Harriet the Spy, boy.
Hey, straight up. Shout out to Harry.
Mhm.
Shout out to Mia.
Yeah.
And then the teacher like you giggling too. Hey, listen. Like, hey, listen.
Hey, when you hit the shoulder laugh, like
Hey,
yeah,
hey, when you put the head on the mouth, like trying to
yeah,
hold it in, like, hey, listen. You really like I have no wonder this man has so much trauma. The teacher's supposed to protect me. She laughing at me like I'm a spectacle too. Like,
yeah.
oh man,
This
bro.
whole school gotta go.
Yeah, that whole hey, throw it all in the trash, bro. Like all the way. Cause
And the
listen,
fact that he was literally like a kindergartner or whatever, and they never saw him again.
yeah. Like
Like,
y'all laughed him up out of 12 grades. Like,
Who's running away as a kindergartner, man? Yo, I don't care what you say.
Hey, this man
Baby
said
Grinch,
forget degrees, forget any extra educational.
Baby Grinch went out into that snow,
Yeah,
and it was over with.
yeah, and he was determined. Like people underestimate, like because eventually, like you say, he climbed them out. People underestimate, like we know how this movie shows you both sides of the spectrum because you see how far love can take you. We obviously we'll get to that point, but you see how far hate can take you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you really hate something, when something really angers you, when something really makes you mad, pissed, passionate, he was determined. I hate Christmas. I hate it. Like he's climbing up mountains as a kindergartner. He's about to live on his own, no adult supervision. I'm thugging it. I'm about to find me some glass to eat. Like I'm thugging it. Like all the way. I'm gonna find me a little pet. Like I'm in my lair, dude.
You ain't getting cut up on the inside. The digestion of the glass.
The hate should run deep. Like, bro, I can digest glass. I'm so mad, dude.
Gut burner for real. Like,
For real. Like I can digest glass, dude. I don't even want to think about those. Think about the bowel movements. My goodness.
Boy, you need a permanent bandage out there.
Boy, straight up, like straight leaking. But yeah, so
I'm gonna need a Depends earlier.
hey, straight up, man. You have a different kind of cycle.
Hey, man, menstruation over there, but yeah,
definitely menstruation for sure. It's in effect. Hey man, gotta have an app on the phone, everything every couple of days. When I eat these glass bottles, I gotta make sure I gotta get my pads.
Hey man, definitely Tampax Pearl over there.
Oh, straight up, boys, with the wings and flaps, all that. Oh man, nah, I know he's stupid. But I do remember this. Like as a kid, I was mad. I was angry with the Grinch. Like I remember this as a kid. Like I was mad with him. You know what I mean? I was like, man, why y'all doing this, man, like that? Because obviously he looked different. He looked different from everybody. Yeah. That's a clear indication. But Whoville's such a nice town. Crimes don't even happen. I'm assuming. Like no crimes even happen in Whoville. But like y'all, this is like the small tweak of. It's like nothing happens here. Nobody disrespects nobody hurts anybody here. And all of a sudden I'm the joke. And this is the first negative thing that happens in Whoville. Like that's almost how it comes off. Like this is the first negative thing that happens in Whoville. Me. I'm here. And that's why, of course he goes off where he goes. So very interesting backstory. I remember being really angry with him. Like as a kid, I was like, why are they doing him like that? Why are they picking on him? And so yeah.
Yeah, so it makes us what you said earlier in the open discussion, like being on the villain side because they did him dirty, and just to be so young, you're not really emotionally intelligent, and you don't really know how to process your feelings that young.
Yeah,
you just like you said, you're mad, you're embarrassed. The teacher's laughing you out the classroom too. So yeah, he comes back looking for revenge.
Yeah.
And so when he becomes an adult and he got his, his own spot. He got his dog Max. Shout out to Max.
Shout out to Max. Yeah.
He's a real one.
I got some funny things about Max too.
It makes you wonder too how many Christmases have went by of him sabotaging or trying to in whatever way he can, because remember when he was in the back of the mail room and he was throwing like pink slips and all type of stuff in all their like mixing up their mailbox stuff, and it's like okay, you get back here, this ain't the first year.
Yeah. He been doing this.
Yeah, he's been trying to terrorize all of Whoville for years to get them to not celebrate or be happy around this time because it was his most daunting time of the year.
Yeah, I mean, but you think like the only reason it takes it up a notch is because of how we got there. As far as like when he take it to a notch, like oh nah, it's big up now. It's totally different. Like everything else is little petty, little things like you said, changing the thing. Even when he meets Cindy Lou, he ain't really worried about her or whatever. Be like, all right, well, I ain't trying to like get her out of here and mashed out.
Yeah.
That ain't my goal. So let me just go and get her. And she, like, oh, he saved me and stuff like that. He's like, I ain't save you. And he ended up throwing her in the package and, You know what I'm saying? But um, yeah, eventually Cindy Lou visits the Grinch. And we get to kind of see the whole Grinch's layout, his whole spot. It kind of reminded me of Earthworm Jim for some
Mm.
reason. Yeah, if y'all remember that game on Sega. Um, but yeah, she comes to see him. She wants to invite him, and she does the vote thing with Whoville, and it's like I want him to be the one, and nobody disagrees, and that shows you the heart and the spirit of Whoville. Like they're not tripping about like bringing the Grinch. Like everybody's scared. Actually, before we get there, they go up there trying to pick with the Grinch, and he pretty
Yeah.
much get them all the way out the paint, like quickly,
Yeah.
like I'm about to throw y'all right off the cliff. Stop playing with me. I'm minding my business. You know what I'm saying? So, but she was bold enough to go back there and try to get him to come to this thing, and that whole interaction was really funny. And he's trying to scare her, and this is where Jim is just in his bag. He's trying to scare her. He put a whole T-shirt on from wherever he got it from, just to tear it up and try to look like a sociopath, psychopath. And she just finds it so funny, and she's just basically like, "Bruh, knock it off," and pretty much tell him like, "Yo, you need to come down. We invited you, and this and that. You getting an award." And he pretty much think about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I ain't been there in a while, and I can flex." You say, "Oh, she still want me for real?" Oh yeah, that might be worth coming down. Martha, that might be worth coming down and flexing on the mayor real quick, flexing on some people. You know what? I'm gonna consider it. And so the part that was so funny to me about this whole thing, because he was back and forth.
Yeah.
He was like, "Man, what am I gonna wear?" So there's a yodeler, like he ends up taking this fit or whatever, trucking him. But the funniest part of it is he was so back and forth. He was so back and forth that his dog Max forced him up out of there. I said, hell, I was crying watching this because my humor is just like Max was like, "Man, all right, I'm sick of this shit. Like, because the way you be doing it, get your ass up out of here, bro." Dropped him down a little tube, and bro, that was so, because he was back and forth. All right, this time I'm not going. Okay, well maybe I go for a little bit. Like he was so back and forth.
Yeah.
Max was like, "I'm not going. Get your ass up out of here, bro. You got to
His
go."
book,
Huh?
like his checking his schedule and his book.
And that was interesting too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like he was going down the line. It's like, okay, I'm gonna pity myself around 5:30, and then I'm gonna, and then he's like going through trying to, yeah, like he was for real, but like solve world hunger and then never tell nobody, like, like, and it's even then I'm just yelling, not having anybody to talk to, and yelling like, "You're an idiot. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot." Like that was a little funny nod, but like his whole thing is he's still riding the hatred. He's still his heart has shrank, so he's just still riding the wave of like, I can't stand y'all, and he gonna do his little, that gives him purpose. Like I'm gonna disrupt y'all Christmas a little bit. I'm gonna go about my business, and I'm used to being a loner, and so but it does seem like, and it almost makes you wonder if Cindy Lou never comes by and catches him at the factory, would he still been okay with being on his own? Like that's the thing I was thinking about through the movie. It's like, would he still been okay? Because this is just what it is. I mean, he has Max, so maybe he would have.
Like he would have been.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like, I don't know what would have turned it around for him. Like he's just gonna continue to sabotage.
Yeah.
Now, if Max had died at some point, then
Okay.
it's like, dang, okay. Because you could tell he was getting bored, he was getting lonely, like, and this is your small piece of civilization, even just
Yeah.
going to Whoville to sabotage,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like you see them, but they don't see you, so that still gives you a little bit of
Yeah.
social activity in
Yeah.
some, in some sort.
Yeah.
But
I think you're right. He if Max died, like then yeah, it might have been different. Like he probably would have been like, "What am I gonna do?" But Max held him over for a long time, even though he threw his ass out. At one point, threw him on out of there, and they had to go get him out of the snow. Like, all right, bro, my bad.
crazy.
But so I got, what do you got next? Because I got the Grinch going to the holiday event or whatever.
Yeah, right. Where are you at?
All right, well, go ahead.
So, but remind me of this though. What was the award that she was saying she wanted to give to the Grinch?
I don't
That was
know.
unclear for me.
Yeah, it really wasn't clear. It was just like they voted somebody to like, I don't know, to be like the main, I don't know, some kind of main attraction of the night or whatever. Like they get, I don't know. She just voted him as like the person to like get to be the participant of the events. Like
Kind of like what's the awards? The honorary or
yeah,
like the
like the person of honor at that for the night.
okay,
Like kind of like deal.
which is insane. Like
Oh
let's
man,
start there because a voting process it takes more than one vote, right? So then if you vote for him, and then obviously the mayor is like no, but then the rest, like I don't, the consensus wasn't really clear. She pretty much, I mean, that, well, I think he ended up caving, like, oh yeah, but he's never gonna come down here. So he just assumed that the Grinch was never gonna come. So then he actually, he's like, oh, the ward, and then he's thinking about Martha, and then so he gets there, and they own him like white on rice, right? And
yeah,
of course, he's being triggered now. He's about to be triggered
yeah.
with his trauma.
He was good at first.
Yeah, he was cool. Things were cool. He out and
They
and
OD
then
too
OD.
on the food. Like he don't even eat this
Oh,
food, bro. He eat
bro,
glass.
I'm eating glass, bro. I'm eating what you put your food on. I'm
Yes,
not eating
since a
the
baby.
food.
Since a baby.
Right. I'm army strong.
Yeah,
But so yeah, they stuffing him up and then he's reunited with his parents, I guess.
yeah,
And like they're so happy to see him and trying to dress him back up. So again, this is already trigger number one,
hmm
right? Y'all put this crap on me when I was a baby kindergartner, baby Grinch, and now I'm an adult, and you're still trying to like dress me up, and now he's just
You feel like he was tripping about that? I couldn't quite read
he
that.
wasn't tripping, he wasn't tripping, but he was just like ugh.
He was like,
He
yeah. I
looked
thought
at
he was just like y'all still around. Like,
yeah, well he did say something. He was like, y'all still alive or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
He
something
said
like that.
like
Because they
some
were old. Yeah,
mad old. They were old when they adopted you,
straight
and
up,
so yeah,
like
this is
super
straight.
old.
But yeah, the mayor, man, he talk about a villain
Yeah,
and his villainous ways. Like he was the one really reeling it in. Okay, oh yeah, we'll give you this award, and then you give the man the Clippers,
oh, ah,
bro. You get a man the Clippers, and
that's
all of this is coming back, right? They laughing, and it's just putting him right back in the classroom. So
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
like I said,
but see,
after
here's the thing that kind of I didn't understand a little bit.
that,
The Clippers was there. I get that, and even when he was looking at it, he was just like kind of like, huh? But in the
hmm
midst of having the Clippers and maybe the whole transition of everything, the mayor ends up proposing to Martha.
oh yeah,
He has a crazy ring. Like, what woman would say no to that? Let's be clear.
and you get a car.
And then
Like what?
he brought out a card. Then it turned into a game show all of a sudden. Like, well, so what do you say? Like, and for some reason, like when that happened, that just triggered him. And I'm like, is it triggering him because he can't afford to get her a gift? I mean, he was asking for money for the award.
hmm
Is it triggering him because he wasn't going? He doesn't have the money to get her a proper gift, or like it like what threw him over the top? What threw me off? Kind of like I feel like he should have went. He should have went
If it was Clippers,
Cersei on him like after the Clippers.
yeah,
So that kind of threw me off a little bit in the writing. I was like,
yeah.
why? Because they're getting gifts that bothers him. He was just in the warehouse earlier in the movie. He know they give out gifts. This gifts is a thing. He knows that. He's been knowing it all these years. Why he been trying to terrorize him? So why all of a sudden now? That's all you people care about is gifts. Like, bro,
But I don't know, because okay, when he created that thing back in kindergarten for Martha, what was the mayor's gift? What did he have? Do you remember? Was it
I don't,
something?
I don't remember him having a gift. I just remember him just clowning him. Like, man,
Okay,
look at
because
that. Look at that half job or whatever.
okay, because I'm like, hmm. But it's because he's in love with Martha, and again, she's seems unobtainable yet again, right?
Ah,
And
okay.
against this
He
same dude,
one upped him again.
yeah, it's like he made you look like a clown then, and now he's kind of making you look like a clown now.
Yeah, he brought you back just to make you look like a
Yeah,
clown.
yeah. So
Damn,
it's just reopening that wound.
I can't compete with that.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you didn't brought the car, you didn't brought the ring out, you gave me the clippers, and then you brought the car out. Like,
You showing out. You all the way
giving
out
this
the
man the
window.
clippers is like the most. That's the
Yeah.
darkest. Like, that's so dark, bro.
But that's why I was happy put that landing strip on that boy.
Yeah, hook it up.
He deserved it. He should have shaved the
Should
whole
say
head.
the whole thing. Keep the bing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get the curlers off, man.
Yeah, like he
Yeah,
deserved that. So shout out to Grinch for putting hands on
yeah.
the
Hey,
little dude.
we was down for that. It's like, all right, yeah, I
Yeah,
guess right.
yeah.
Um, so so pretty much that and then he pretty much takes over Christmas, and he's dressed up as Santa Claus. He gets his whole equipment together. He steals everything. He ends up running to Cindy Lou's house, and then she gets him for a moment, but then he comes back to his reality, of like, it's just a cute kid, but she just don't quite get it. And he takes everything. He takes the whole bag, and he eventually has to manually take all of the gifts back up to his spot. And when he gets up there, he's thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have them. They're gonna be crying. They're gonna be miserable. But now they have really gotten into the Christmas spirit, and that's where everything starts to resonate for him. Was like, wow, maybe it's not about the gifts. Maybe it's not about the things. Maybe it's about the spirit of Christmas. It's about the love. It's about the fellowship. And his heart, something's happening to him. His heart starts growing bigger. And, as soon as he thinks about what he needs to do, he's like, you know what? I was tripping. I'm bugging out. Like, this is what it's about. These are real people. Like, it ain't just what I thought it was. It's something else. And, he's like, oh, the gifts on the edge. Cindy Lou's on the top. And he pretty much has to, save her, which is like the climactic part of the movie. And of course, everything is all well. Eventually he does save her, and he brings the gifts back, and it's up now. He got Martha, he's got Community, and he's doing his thizzle. What else what do you want to say about that whole sequence of him, being evil and then turning good, and kind of getting the real spirit of Christmas?
Yeah. I guess my thing is, well, that's all it would have taken for him to flip the switch. Like, okay, you took their gifts, you thought they were going to be mad. That was going to make you happy that they're mad and sad, and then they're singing Christmas carols and they're still happy, and you have the gifts. So, I mean, when I say it like that, it does sound great. Like, wow.
Well, because you think about it, what triggered him last is that the mayor, the only reason you getting Martha or you've had her attention is because of the things you could get her. And that's all these people in Whoville care about, is what they can get and give. Yeah. So what happens when I take all that away? And to see that they're still singing, it's like, and they're singing loud, and it's like, what are y'all singing about? I don't even have y'all gifts. I didn't unplug the lights. I didn't robbed y'all, and y'all still in here singing. You know what I mean? It's like, kind of like, dang, these people are, because remember before he was like, they're resilient people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, man, they're resilient people. So then when he turned up on them, and then they still was like singing, it hit him so hard. It's like, what else can I do? Like, I mean, I would have to pretty much whack one of y'all or kidnap somebody for y'all to, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And it wasn't that deep to him.
Right. That's true.
And so, yeah, I think that's kind of what it was. But I feel where you're coming from. But I think it's just like, I really, because he never, you got to think, the Grinch never turned up like this on them. Like, he does little odds and ends, it seems like, over the years, like we talk about moving mail and moving this and that. But like, because he was triggered, he turned up to another notch. He created him a whole sleigh, got his whole outfit. He's stealing, taking everything up. It's up. You know what I mean? But when he see that they still recover, he's like, oh, these are real people. And it made his heart grow.
Yeah, it's true.
Anything else you want to say about the movie? You didn't get to talk about any scenes, any moments?
I don't think so. I think that pretty much covered everything that I can think of that I had out.
Yeah, I'll say this just in the conclusion of it before we get in our next section. Excuse me. Movie, I mean, so many funny. Jim Carrey was just so funny. Like, when he was trying to find an outfit, like, bro, that was so funny. Because first he has this like bottom on, and like pretty much he's talking to Max. It's like, it's not a dress, but he's posing and he's so serious about it as he's trying to go to the little Christmas event. He's so serious about it. Obviously get the yodeler. He's still posing in. And like that was just funny, bro. Like it was so many funny moments of like his faces, how he was talking. Like there was a few moments I was literally like crying, laughing, just because it was so stupid. So I do want to acknowledge again, like there's just so many funny moments in this movie, but definitely heartfelt. And I was when he did get Cindy Lou, again, as I get older, I am a sucker for that type of stuff. You know, like the happy endings of
So you
films.
said Martha?
Not Martha, Cindy Lou.
Oh, when he saved her?
Yeah, when he saved her.
Oh, okay.
Because his heart had grown,
Yeah.
and he was like pretty much she about to be up out of here, and she's the only one that showed me love when nobody else did. And like when he realized like she's about to be out of here and his heart had grown, yeah, he got that Goku Super Saiyan strength. He's like, all right, it's not happening. Like
right.
He pretty much got it, but like they zoomed in on his face, and I just love how the stakes were high in that moment, and he got her back and kept her. So it really resonated for me in that sense, and then just the change of heart, change of spirit, where this concept never gets old because you do want to be able to celebrate Christmas, and it ain't always about gifts. It is just about the spirit and the love and the fun and fellowship that you have with people. So I really enjoyed it.
Agree, 100%, and that's why I'm like, this will forever be my favorite Christmas movie.
This is your favorite Christmas movie?
This is my favorite Christmas movie.
Damn, I thought it was Home Alone. Damn, okay.
It was up there. Like I'm talking top.
I did not know this is your favorite. I think you said it last time, and I said I probably had the same reaction.
Yeah, it is. I think 'cause it's shocking to you. But
I can't believe you brought it because I thought you would have brought it last year because we definitely was getting it out the way with the.
No, and I didn't. It's crazy, but I don't know. Home Alone just came right up and with the childish grown up. Like that's where I was. Going with. I did want to say one last thing. The Grinch coming back at the end though to carve the roast beef. Hap. I don't care what y'all talking about. Hey, y'all didn't like this man for years, and then okay, everything is cool. He gonna be the one carving the. No.
Like he stole y'all stuff and gave it back and said he was sorry. And you're like, oh, okay, it's cool.
Carving the roast beef, bro. It's cap.
It's
cap. No way.
And it's like, and then Martha getting back with him, like, bruh, what are y'all gonna do? There's no intimacy there.
Beef, come on.
Well, then again, Whoville, they babies get delivered, so there ain't no intimacy anyway. But I'm like, this man ain't got no pants on. Come on, there's no justice.
No justice. Hey. He kissed her.
I don't remember. I think once it got to like the end, I kind of that part I started tapping out. I was like, all right. Okay. All right. Well, character you relate to, identify with the most.
Go with Cindy Lou on this one. Just seeing the good in people, despite their shortcomings. Like I still just, if you notice, that's kind of like the consistency I have with a lot of characters in movies that we choose. Like I'm just hopeful, optimistic person, so I always just want to see the good in people.
Yeah, no doubt. I got the Grinch. Some I've been in places where because one person feels a way about you, you think, oh, y'all all feel like that, huh? You know what I'm saying? And you carry that until you realize it's like, nah, it's just one person that feels that way, and that don't mean everybody around agrees. And then also just, sometimes you just you need something to happen that changes your whole outlook on something. Like where you think it's one way, but it's the other way. And him having that experience where it's like, wow, it's more than I thought it was, and for that, I forever have to change now. So I identify with that a lot.
Okay.
Get to stepping. Character you could do without.
I had to go with Betty Lou, man. She really wasn't needed. Like her pops was around more. I mean, we saw her maybe like twice, so I feel like she wasn't really necessary. The story would have still been the same. Other than, I mean, the lights part, but
yeah, they ain't double down on it or nothing.
Like, yeah, it just y'all left it hanging. So
yeah, I gotta go Martha. Who?
Martha?
Yeah, because we don't really need the love interest for this type of movie. Like it's just every time she kept it's just like we don't even need it.
Like,
yeah, he needs friendship, not really relationship. To be honest, like I just don't. It's cool. It didn't bother me, but we don't need her. Lines that deserve to be slimed.
Yeah, I have just two. You don't have a chance with her. You're 8 years old with a beard. uh, and then, did I have a crush on the Grinch? Of course not. I didn't ask you. Like she was over there having her own hell of a moment.
Yeah, for real, for real. Like, I got the same thing with the 8-year-old beard thing, but I got kids today so desensitized by movies and television. Like,
You would have that.
yeah, breaking the fourth wall, I love stuff like that. I'm sorry to disappoint you, Martha, baby, but the G train has left the station. You know, calling himself G train is hilarious. It's because I'm green, isn't it? Yeah, a little subtle thing, and then good kid, bad judge of character.
Oh, I meant to put that one down. Yeah.
After
I
she
like
called him
that.
sweet, that was really good. Things you would change about the movie, or what you think they didn't get right.
Have anything in this section? But when you had pointed out, well, I guess just a little more.
The
If we
Whoville.
had some more of the Whoville community outside of the Grinch, that would have been nice. Still appreciate it for where it's at, and
Yeah,
I accept it this way. But it'd been nice to have just a little more. Yeah.
yeah. That's I didn't have anything either, but that's just like you just said. Like when I said earlier, I'm like, yeah, I would have liked a little bit more development with anybody. You know, like the mayor. I mean, we get the kid, and then this version, so it's enough for that.
Mhm.
Martha, it's enough, but then her parents, it just wasn't there. I didn't care about the dad at all. You wasn't protective. You what? I
Yeah.
like. Do you work for the mayor? Do you not work for the mayor? Like, what's the I don't know. And then the mom is just like again that one scene. So I don't know. That just definitely Cindy Lou's parents. Uh, but it's a Dr. Seuss movie, so
Hmm.
take it as you will. More of the story, in your opinion, Ash.
This is actually on the fly because I was like, what do I
There's a lot of
want to say?
places.
So I think I'm going to land it here. Um, Try to work through your past traumas so you can be the best version of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Try to work
Not
through.
to say I don't know if he really worked through it,
Mm-hmm.
but I still think there's a silver lining there. Like, because if we hold on to things and grief and anger, it's like you really aren't being your true, you know, self, the best version of yourself, because you're harboring these feelings over something and you're really letting it go for yourself rather than them. So,
Right.
yeah, just
I,
free yourself.
no, I dig it. That works.
Yeah.
For me, don't let anyone rob you of the Christmas spirit. He robbed them of their gifts, but they did not let him rob them of their Christmas spirit. Don't let nobody rob you of your Christmas spirit, man. Like if you got money to get things for your kids by any means, but if you don't trip about it. If you don't got money to get for your spouse, you don't got enough money to get something for yourself. If you're just not in that position right now, don't let nobody rob you of the Christmas spirit. If you're able to turn on the television, if you're able to go to a church and hear songs sang, if you're able to hear music on the radio, if you're able to walk in neighborhoods and look at lights up, like don't let no hey it's one time a year and it's a time that is supposed to bring enlightenment and positivity. Don't let nobody rob you of the Christmas spirit, man. And that's what stood out. I mean, there's plenty of places to go like Ash had, but that's what I got. I decided that I landed on is, just don't let nobody, and that's why I connected with the Grinch character so much for so long. I was a Grinch because I was robbed of the Christmas spirit for many years. It's like money was always tight. I was not able to do a lot for me, not a lot to do for my family, things I wanted to do, and I was so discouraged that it just make me a Grinch towards the season of Christmas. Like I was like, bro, this ain't fun at all. It was cool as a kid. This ain't fun no more for me. Basketball isn't fun for me anymore. And
Yeah.
that's how it felt for the longest. I just had to shake it off and be like, bro, don't take the pressure off. If you can't do it, you just can't do it. But don't let nobody rob you of the Christmas spirit. So, yeah, that's my more of the story, my opinion, and that is our episode, man. We thank y'all for tuning in. Again, shout out to Mia B. Sucks that we couldn't get her on this episode, but I know that she's supporting us as we support her, and she'll be back next week, hopefully. So we'll get into our next film. With that being said, the next pick is on me. I was gonna go animated, but I decided to make a audible last minute. I am going to get an animated movie in one of these next rotations, but I had to go with my gut and what I was feeling because I wasn't sure on the other one. So I've decided to go with the 1994 movie Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Tim is my guy.
Yes, and I actually did watch. We watched this recently, and that's what it really landed. And I feel like this movie just does not get enough credit. People do not talk about this movie enough, and it meant a whole lot to us back in the day. Like seriously, and so
I love this movie. Dude.
I do too. And I watched it. I was like, oh man, this is so good, and it's reminiscent of another movie we've done before. In a certain way, but I'll preserve that for when we do the episode. What do you want to say about this movie before we get out of here? You excited about it?
I'm super excited, man. Tim Allen is one of them ones as well. He's
Buzz
not talked
Lightyear.
about enough. Absolutely, Buzz. Like he's not talked about enough. Tim is really that guy. So I'm excited that we get to do this, man. Forgot about this movie too. So.
Oh yeah, it's one of the ones that's like. I'm always thrown off that people don't talk about this that much. I'm like, why don't nobody talk about this movie?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can't wait for you to put it in the group chat and see what Mia thinks.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm definitely throwing that in there. And I know she'll be stoked about it as well. So, all right, y'all. Well, that's our episode. You know, Christmas break is coming up soon, so we looking forward to it. I wish we really was, but we looking forward to it. Getting, being in, out of school, get the games going, get the gifts going, get the food going, staying warm, hot chocolate all throughout. You know what I'm saying? Get the hot chocolate popping. You feel me? And that's what we do. So y'all, hopefully this has touched y'all in this Christmas holiday with this Christmas movie. Ash, shout out to you. Mia, shout out to you. Shout out to us and all of the student kids. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace out.